Hello, my name is Philip and this is for Phrasal Verbs, a channel about phrasal verbs. Happy New Year! This is the first video in 2021 and let's hope that it's a great year, much better than last year. In this video I'm going to be talking about 4 phrasal verbs that can be used in a variety of situations and they have nothing more in common than they all begin with the letter P. They are pencil in, perk up, peter out, and phase in. You can see the times that they start along with the quiz and the comment homework. So if you want to jump to any particular section, you can do so quickly. There are YouTube's chapter dividers down in the bottom of the progress bar, and there's also quick jump links in the text description. Just a reminder, there is an accompanying poster for this video which you can download and print, make notes on and keep in your folder. There are also the individual definitions and example sentences which could be downloaded to your device and kept for reference. So let's get started. Pencil in is separable and transitive, and it means to organise or arrange something knowing that it may be changed later. So let's have a look at some of the examples I've got. Sally disliked penciling in meetings with Jack because he nearly always rearranged at the last minute. Jack often penciled meetings in without giving much thought to the dates or times. And just think about a pencil. It's the idea that you can write something, but you can easily erase it or change it. And that's what it's trying to express here. An arrangement that you know isn't fully confirmed. Okay, let's look at some real world examples. This is from Rohan Anthony. What was the source of inspiration? I recently watched The Game Changers on Netflix, which convinced me to pencil in an experiment with veganism in a few months. James Pepe, I'm running CV review sessions for candidates in my market and I'm keeping Fridays free to do this. If you want to pencil in a 30-minute session, let me know. Thanks. So both of those saying if you want to organise something, but not necessarily be fully committed to them just yet. Perk up is separable and can be intransitive or transitive, and it means to begin to feel happier or more lively or active. Now before I give you the examples, I'm going to show you something from a very famous TV show, and you have to write in the comments which TV show it is and why they used it in this way. Okay, so there we go. So let's look at the examples I've got. Nothing perks Jack up in the morning more than a cup of coffee. When Sally is feeling a little sad, she perks herself up by going to the fun fair. So in the first example, it's talking about just sort of literally waking up in the morning and, becoming more conscious. And in the second one, it's talking about when you're not feeling so happy, you're a little bit sad, it makes you feel happier. So let's look at some real world examples. Good morning, happy Friday and welcome to 2021. It's time to share some photos of sunnier times to perk up our spirits for the year ahead. So this person is sort of trying to show you that you're going to be happier when he shows you the photos. And the next one is the Darcy. Perk up! It's the new year. Start the new year off with a fresh cup of coffee from Bluestone Lane. So again, the idea of becoming more lively and active. Peter out is inseparable and intransitive, and I would definitely say this is between C1 and C2 as far as the level is concerned. And it means to gradually become smaller or weaker before coming to an end or disappearing completely. All right, so let's look at my examples. When Sally finishes yoga, the conversation never peters out. And this is trying to express the idea that they could just keep talking for a long, long time. Jack finds it hard to talk to his younger brother and often finds the conversations peter out. So his younger brother responds a few times but then really doesn't want to keep talking. Some real world examples. This is from John Bow. Keeping an eye on snow in the northwest. This may well peter out or turn into rain before it gets to us. Only one weather model is showing this rain or snow. So this is a weather forecaster, and this is just talking about that the rain might actually disappear. It might turn into rain. Sorry, the snow might disappear or it might turn into rain. They're not really sure. So that was that. And the next one is from Martin Blanc, and it says, hi, I'm brilliant. First few pages, then peter out into a poorly constructed mess with the odd funny line. Need a complete rewrite once I've worked out my central theme. Hang on, Should I be admitting this? Now, hang on is another phrasal verb meaning wait a moment. So what this person is saying is that when they first start writing, they feel that they're really good at the first few pages, but then slowly the quality of their writing diminishes gradually. Phase in is separable and transitive, and it means to gradually start using something, to gradually introduce something. And you might often hear about different phases of a trial or some new regulations. So let's look at my examples. When Jack first started exercising in the morning, he sensibly phased it in slowly. So what this is saying is that Jack didn't just suddenly say, I'm going to run every morning at 6 o'clock. Maybe he started at 7 and he only ran 2 or 3 times a week and he didn't run for too long. Instead of going from nothing to a lot, you introduce it slowly. And the next example, Sally liked that the supermarkets phased in the new mask rules. So instead of saying everybody had to wear a mask, they said that certain people had to wear masks, or you only could wear masks at certain times or something. Now, in this particular case, I think the rule should be everybody wear masks. But in this case, it gave her a chance to become accustomed to it. So let's look at some examples. We've got from Carey Newman. If your first response when teachers and administrators ask for additional time to phase in school openings is, but what about my childcare? Instead of whatever is safest for my child, you might want to seriously reconsider your priorities. So this is saying, instead of opening all of the schools at the same time, let's open some of them, and then if that proves successful, let's open a few more. Next one is from Techhead. Actually, that seems like a pretty reasonable way to phase in restrictions. Are you sure you're talking about Twitter? So what this is talking about is the characters that can be used in a profile name. And what they're saying is that over a period of time, they're going to remove the certain types of characters that can be used. Instead of stopping all of them immediately, they're going to reduce which ones can be available slowly, and then they're going to fix the ones that currently have them. So a gradual increase of the restrictions. Okay, time for the quiz. How much do you remember? Let's find out. Comment homework for this week is to write one long sentence or short paragraph for each individual phrasal verb. They don't all have to be connected into one long theme or idea, but if they did, that would be very cool. Write them in the comments, that's why it's called comment homework, and I'll review them and make any notes if I need to. As always, thanks for watching. This is a playlist of phrasal verbs that you might find interesting, and this is a video that YouTube thinks will be really interesting to you based on what you've been watching. This is a subscription button. If and only if you think my content is useful, please consider subscribing. And remember, do something every single day to improve your English. See ya.